Good day, sir. This is our report about the role of prognostic chart in tropical cyclone forecast. Reported by Group 2, Midshipman Bitita John Michael, Midshipman Valera Bensken, Midshipman Besa Bin Jasli, Midshipman Boyko Rodji, and is a student of BSMT S31 Irig. First introduction. Prognostic chart is a map display the likely weather forecast of a future time. Such charts generated by atmospheric models as output from numerical weather prediction and contain a variety of information such as temperature, wind, precipitation, and weather patterns. They can also indicate the area of atmospheric field such as vorticity, stability, indices, or frontogenesis. Forecast errors need to be taken into account and can be determined either via absolute error or by considering persistence and absolute error combined. Manual prognostic charts depict tropical cyclones, turbulence, weather fronts, rain and snow areas, precipitation type, and coverage indicators, as well as centers of high and low pressure. Within the United States, these types of maps are generated by the Hydrometeorological Prediction Center, the Storm Prediction Center, the Ocean Prediction Center, and the National Hurricane Center. The Aviation Weather Center presents these maps and also generates specialized maps for aviation. Surface weather prognostic charts of mariners indicate the position of high and low pressure areas as well as frontal zones up to 5 days into the future. Surface wind direction and speed is also forecast on this type of chart. Wave prognostic chart show the expected sea state at some future time. Low-level prognostic charts used by aviators show the forecast between the Earth's surface at 24,000 feet or 7,300 meters above sea level over the next 2 days. They show areas where visual flight rules are in effect, instrument flight rules are in effect, the height of the freezing level, the location of weather features, and areas of moderate to severe turbulence. Prognostic charts can be made of isotropic surface or along a certain potential temperature surface determined in kelvins. In regards to meteor advection, main temperatures at the surface, main sea level pressure, and precipitation either for a single day or multiple days. For purpose of severe weather, prognostic charts can be issued to depict current weather watches, convective outlooks for thunderstorms multiple days in the future, and weather outlooks.
Role of prognostic chart in tropical cyclone forecast. Air pressure. The most important feature of a prognostic chart is the fine black lines called Escobar. While Escobar are similar to contour lines, which are used on topographic map, they provide different information. Contour lines connect points of equal altitude, while Escobar connect points which share the same atmospheric air pressure. The closer contour line are the steeper the slope is, and the closer Escobar are the stronger the winds are. Air pressure is initially the weight of the air. Since human cannot feed the weight of the air.
Precipitation rainfall. Precipitation includes snow, hail, and dew. The most common form of precipitation, however, is rainfall. Rainfall is a regular feature on prognostic charts since it has a significant impact on the daily activities of many people. On a hypnotic chart, rainfall is usually shown using shading. This shading is often explained in the legend as representing the areas which receive rainfall in the last 24 hours. Not all prognostic charts show rainfall using shading. Rainfall can still be determined, however, by referring to the isobar on the prognostic chart. Low pressure system and cold and warm fronts are usually a good indication of rain.
Wind direction and speed. Wind generally refers to the horizontal movement of air. The Earth produces local winds, which include land breezes and sea breezes, as well as permanent global winds such as trade winds and the polar sterlies. While synoptic charts do not distinguish between the different types of winds, some do show wind direction and wind speed. Wind direction can be measured using weather vane, which is a device that turns on an axis to point in the direction of the wind. Wind speed can be measured using an anemometer, which is a device that uses rotating caps of pressure differences to determine speed. On asymptotic charts, wind speed and direction are shown using a wind barb, a dot with a straight line attached. The direction that the stem of the barb is pointing in indicates the direction that the wind is coming from. To represent an increase in speed, lines are added to the barb to make it appear like an arrow.
Temperature. Prognostic charts do not usually feature any symbolic or numerical measurement of temperature or degrees of hotness or coldness. Temperature recordings and forecasts are instead displayed in an accompanying table where they can be easily identified and interpreted by the general public. There are ways, however, in which synoptic chart can be used to give a basic identification of temperature. A cold front, for example, brings cold temperature since it involves cold air forcing warm air upwards. A wind coming from the ocean onto the land will also bring cooler temperatures. It has been proven that a wind coming from the tropical area of northern Australia is likely to bring warmer temperatures. For our conclusion from this topic, we conclude that the role of prognostic chart is tropical cyclone forecast is very important. Therefore, prognostic chart can provide information on the distribution, movement, and patterns of air pressure, rainfall, wind, and temperature, and can also indicate derived atmospheric fields such as vorticity, stability, indices, or frontogenesis, so that there is significance for the role of prognostic chart in tropical cyclone forecast. For our recommendation, in summary, we recommended for this topic the role of prognostic chart in tropical cyclone forecast is to analyze by the future generations on how to use it. Prognostic chart can forecast for the predominant conditions at a given time, like a variety of information such as air pressure, precipitation, temperature, wind, and weather fronts.